The story opens in the Kepler station, a peaceful trading hub on the edge of known space. Captain Rax of the merchant vessel Blue Dawn receives an urgent distress signal from the remote Vega colony. The message is broken and filled with static, but the words "under attack" and "need help" come through clearly. Rax contacts the Galactic Council's emergency services, but they inform him that no military ships are available in that sector. The nearest patrol fleet is 3 weeks away. The colony will not survive that long. In desperation, Rax remembers hearing stories about a mysterious species called humans who recently joined the galactic community. They are said to come from a dangerous world and possess unusual military capabilities. Most aliens dismiss these stories as myths, but Rax has no other choice. He sends out a broad-spectrum emergency signal toward the human territories, not knowing if anyone will respond. The message is simple: Vega colony under attack. All defenders dead. Civilians trapped. Please help. Meanwhile, on Earth's military command station, Admiral Kane receives the alien distress call. The message has traveled through 17 relay stations and taken 6 hours to reach human space. Kane knows that Earth's policy is to avoid getting involved in alien conflicts, but something about the desperate tone of the message changes his mind. Kane makes a decision that will shock the galaxy. He orders the immediate deployment of the Third Human Fleet, a collection of Earth's most advanced warships designed specifically for combat in hostile environments. The fleet consists of 12 heavy cruisers, 30 destroyers, and the massive flagship Terra's Wrath. As the human fleet prepares for departure, Kane briefs his officers about their mission. They know nothing about the enemy they will face or the world they must defend. They only know that innocent lives are at stake, and that is enough for them. The fleet launches into hyperspace, their engines creating a brilliant flash of light that can be seen from 3 star systems away. They have no idea that their arrival will change how the galaxy views humanity forever. On Vega colony, the situation grows worse by the hour. The alien raiders continue their attack, destroying buildings and capturing civilians. The colonists hide in underground shelters, praying that someone, somewhere, has heard their call for help. 3 days after receiving the distress signal, the human fleet drops out of hyperspace at the edge of the Vega system. What they find horrifies them. The colony's orbital defenses are destroyed, debris floats in space, and unknown ships patrol the area around the planet. Admiral Kane studies the tactical display from the bridge of Terra's Wrath. The enemy fleet consists of 40 raider ships, each one heavily armed, but built for speed rather than prolonged combat. They have clearly overwhelmed the colony's defenses through superior numbers. Kane orders his fleet to remain at the system's edge while they gather intelligence. Long-range scanners reveal that the raiders are from a species called the Corvan Empire, known throughout the galaxy as brutal pirates, who attack weak colonies and sell the survivors into slavery. The human admiral realizes that a direct assault might result in the raiders killing their prisoners out of spite. Instead, he devises a more subtle plan. The human fleet will split into 3 groups and approach the planet from different directions, making it appear as though they are a much larger force. As the humans move into position, the Corvan commander detects their approach. He has never seen human ships before and assumes they belong to another pirate group trying to claim his prize. He sends a threatening message, warning the newcomers to leave or face destruction. Kane's response is broadcast on all frequencies, so every ship in the system can hear it. This is Admiral Kane of the Third Human Fleet. You have attacked innocent civilians and committed acts of piracy in violation of galactic law. Surrender immediately or face the consequences. The Corvan commander laughs at what he sees as an empty threat. He has 40 ships against what appears to be only 12 human vessels. He orders his fleet to attack, confident of an easy victory. Battle begins when the Corvin raiders charge toward the human formation. But as they close the distance, they discover something that fills them with terror. The human ships do not retreat or try to avoid combat. Instead, they accelerate toward the enemy, their weapons charging for battle. The first exchange of fire reveals the true nature of human military technology. While Corvin ships rely on energy shields and evasive maneuvers, human vessels are built like flying fortresses. Their armor is thick, their weapons are powerful, and their crews are trained to fight in the most dangerous conditions imaginable. Terra's Wrath leads the charge, its massive guns firing with deadly accuracy. Each shot from the flagship destroys or cripples a Corvin raider, while return fire barely scratches the human ship's armor. The smaller human destroyers work in perfect coordination, using tactics that the Corvin have never seen before. They fight like a pack of predators, surrounding individual enemy ships and destroying them before moving on to the next target. Within 30 minutes, half of the Corvin fleet is destroyed or disabled. The surviving raiders realize they have made a terrible mistake. These humans are not like any species they have encountered before. They fight with a combination of advanced technology and ruthless efficiency that makes them nearly unstoppable. The Corvin commander sends a desperate message to his remaining ships, ordering them to retreat to the planet's surface, where they can use the colonist hostages as shields. But Admiral Kane anticipated this move and already positioned his ships to cut off their escape routes. The human destroyers move with incredible speed, intercepting the fleeing raiders before they can reach the planet. The Corvin ships find themselves trapped between the human fleet and the gravity well of Vega Prime, with nowhere to run. Kane opens a channel to the Corvin commander and makes an offer. Surrender now, and your crews will be treated according to galactic law. Continue fighting, and none of you will survive the next 10 minutes. The Corvin leader, desperate and filled with rage, makes a fatal error. He orders his ground forces to begin executing the human colonist hostages, hoping to force the human fleet to back down. The executions are broadcast on all frequencies as a threat. This action triggers something in the human crews that the Corvin could never have imagined. Every human ship in the fleet receives the broadcast, and their crews witness innocent civilians being murdered in cold blood. Admiral Kane's voice becomes cold as ice when he addresses his fleet. All ships, this is no longer a rescue mission. These creatures have chosen to murder defenseless civilians. Show them why humans are called Deathworlders. The human attack that follows is unlike anything the galaxy has ever witnessed. The remaining Corvin ships are not just defeated, they are annihilated. Human weapons tear through enemy hulls like paper, and debris from destroyed raiders creates a glowing cloud around the planet. But the humans are not finished. Landing craft launch from the human ships, carrying Marines equipped with the most advanced combat gear in known space. These soldiers are trained to fight in environments that would kill most alien species, and they descend toward the planet's surface like avenging angels. The Corvin ground forces, numbering in the thousands, believe they have the advantage of defensive positions and superior numbers. They have never fought humans before and do not understand what they are facing. Human Marines land at 12 different sites around the colony, using tactics that seem impossible to the Corvin defenders. They fight in perfect darkness, move through poisonous atmosphere without protection, and assault fortified positions with weapons that can punch through solid rock. The battle for Vega colony lasts only 4 hours. When it ends, every Corvin raider is either dead or captured, and the surviving colonists are free. The human Marines have accomplished something that military experts across the galaxy thought was impossible. They liberated a heavily defended position without losing a single soldier. As news of the battle spreads through galactic communication networks, alien species throughout known space begin to reassess their understanding of humanity. The creatures they dismissed as newcomers have just demonstrated military capabilities that surpass anything in the galaxy. Word of humanity's devastating victory. At Vega colony spreads across the galaxy faster than light itself. Within hours of the battle's end, every major government, trading corporation, and military organization has received detailed reports of what happened. In the Galactic Council chambers on Centris Prime. Emergency sessions are called as representatives. Struggle to understand the implications of humanity's display of power. The Corvan Empire, despite being pirates, possessed advanced technology and experienced crews. For them to be completely destroyed by a single human fleet is unthinkable. Ambassador Tellin of the Peaceful Andrian Federation reviews the battle recordings with growing alarm. The human ships fought with a coordination and ruthlessness that suggests extensive military experience. Their weapons technology appears to be decades ahead of what most species possess. But what disturbs the galactic community most is not the humans' superior technology. It is their apparent willingness to use overwhelming force when they believe civilians are threatened. Other species would have negotiated or sought diplomatic solutions. The humans simply arrived and destroyed everything that stood in their way. The hegemony of Krell, one of the galaxy's major military powers, calls an emergency meeting of their war council. General Voss studies the tactical data from Vega colony and makes a troubling discovery. The human fleet used only a fraction of their available firepower during the battle. They could have easily destroyed every Corvan ship in the first few minutes, but chose to offer surrender terms instead. This restraint, followed by absolute brutality when civilians were murdered, suggests that humans operate according to moral codes that other species do not fully understand. They are capable of both mercy and merciless destruction, making them unpredictable and extremely dangerous. Meanwhile, in human space, Admiral Kane files his mission report with Earth Command. He describes the battle in simple, clinical terms that do not capture the true scope of what happened. To him and his crews, they simply responded to a distress call and eliminated a threat to innocent lives. The human government, still new to galactic politics, begins receiving communication requests from dozens of alien civilizations. Some want to establish trade agreements, others seek military alliances, and a few make veiled threats about humanity's aggressive expansion. Earth's leaders realize that their species has crossed a line they cannot uncross. They are no longer unknown newcomers to the galactic community. They are now recognized as a major military power, whether they wanted that status or not. On Vega colony, the rescued civilians share their stories with galactic news networks. They describe how human Marines fought through overwhelming odds to reach them, how they provided medical care and food without asking for payment, and how they treated even wounded Corvan prisoners with basic dignity. These accounts create a complex picture of humanity that confuses many alien observers. The same species that annihilated an entire pirate fleet also shows compassion for their enemies and refuses to accept rewards for their rescue mission. Dr. Yuki, a xenopsychologist studying human behavior, publishes a research paper that attempts to explain the contradiction. She theorizes that humans evolved on such a dangerous world that they developed both extreme protective instincts and the ability to show mercy to defeated enemies. This combination makes them incredibly dangerous to threaten, but potentially valuable as allies. The paper becomes required reading in military academies across the galaxy. As alien officers try to understand how to interact with this new Deathworlder species without triggering their protective responses. 6 months after the Vega colony incident, the galaxy has changed in ways no one could have predicted. The human fleet's decisive action created a ripple effect that touches every corner of known space. Pirate activity in the outer systems has dropped to almost nothing. Criminal organizations that once preyed on weak colonies now avoid any target that might attract human attention. The mere possibility that Earth's fleets might respond to distress calls has made the galaxy a safer place for peaceful species. The Galactic Council formally recognizes humanity as a major power and offers them permanent seats on the Security Committee. Earth's representatives accept, understanding that their species now has responsibilities that extend far beyond their own solar system. Admiral Kane, now promoted to Fleet Admiral, oversees the establishment of human patrol routes through previously dangerous sectors of space. His ships do not actively hunt for pirates, but their presence serves as a deterrent to anyone considering attacks on civilian targets. The success at Vega colony leads to an unexpected development. Dozens of alien species request mutual defense treaties with Earth. They have seen what humans can accomplish when innocent lives are threatened, and they want that protection extended to their own colonies. Earth's government carefully considers each request, knowing that every alliance brings new obligations. They establish a simple policy. Humanity will defend any species that cannot defend itself, but they will not get involved in territorial disputes or resource conflicts between established powers. This policy creates what historians later call the human peace, a period of unprecedented stability in the Outer Rim territories. Criminal organizations move their operations to areas far from human patrol routes, and legitimate trade flourishes under the protection of Earth's growing fleet presence. But not everyone welcomes humanity's rise to power. The hegemony of Krell, long considered the galaxy's dominant military force, views Earth's expansion with suspicion and fear. They begin developing new weapons and tactics specifically designed to counter human advantages, setting the stage for future conflicts. On Vega colony, a memorial is erected to honor both the civilians who died in the Corvan attack and the human fleet that saved the survivors. The inscription reads simply, "When we called for help, they came." The memorial becomes a pilgrimage site for beings throughout the galaxy who want to understand what makes humans different from other species. Captain Rax, the merchant who first sent the distress signal, finds his life forever changed by that decision. He becomes an unofficial ambassador between human and alien communities, helping to facilitate trade agreements and cultural exchanges. His ship, Blue Dawn, is retrofitted with human technology and becomes one of the fastest vessels in the sector. The rescued colonists of Vega Prime establish the first human-alien joint colony, where both species work together to build a new kind of society. Children grow up learning both human and alien languages, creating the first generation of truly galactic citizens. Dr. Yuki's research into human psychology becomes the foundation for a new field of study, Deathworlder behavioral analysis. Universities across the galaxy offer courses on how to interact safely with species that evolved in extremely dangerous environments. Earth's military leadership realizes that their species has become the galaxy's unofficial police force, a role they never sought but cannot abandon. They begin training programs to teach human officers about alien cultures and psychology, ensuring that future interventions will be handled with appropriate sensitivity. Admiral Kane, now in his 60s, looks back on the Vega colony mission as the moment when humanity truly joined the galactic community. They did not earn their place through diplomacy or trade agreements, but through their willingness to risk their lives for strangers who called for help. The story concludes with a new distress signal reaching Earth from the far edge of the galaxy. An unknown enemy has attacked a peaceful research station, and the survivors are trapped with no hope of rescue from local authorities. Without hesitation, Admiral Kane orders the 5th Human Fleet to respond to the call. As the ships prepare for departure, alien observers throughout the galaxy watch with a mixture of relief and awe. They know that somewhere in the darkness of space, innocent beings are about to discover what it means when humans answer a call for help. The fleet launches into hyperspace, carrying with them the reputation and responsibility that humanity earned in the skies above Vega colony. They are no longer just another species trying to find their place in the galaxy. They are the Deathworlders who come when others cannot, the protectors who ask for nothing in return except the chance to do what is right. The galaxy is vast and full of dangers, but as long as humans patrol the void, no distress call will go unanswered.